So, hello friends, in this video we will see the definition of Laplace transform and the example of its fundamental functions. So first we will see the definition of Laplace transform. So if f of t for t is greater than 0 be the function, then its Laplace transform is defined and denoted as Laplace of f of t is equal to limit varies from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t with respect to t, that is equals to f of s, where s is greater than 0, which may be which is a parameter which may be real or complex. So now we will prove the first fundamental function of constant, that is nothing but Laplace of constant is equal to k by s. So solution is nothing but, so first we will consider let f of t is equals to k. So after applying the Laplace transform of ft and by using the definition of the Laplace transform, the limit varies from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st into k with respect to t. So the Laplace transform of k is equals to, here we will k is a constant, so we will common out from the integration. So k then limits varies from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st with respect to t. So now we will apply the integration on e raised to minus st. So after applying the integration, we will get e raised to minus st upon minus s, where the limit varies from 0 to infinity. After applying the limits in the position of s, we will get the e raised to minus infinity is 0 and e raised to 0 is 1. So and for a lower limit we will put the minus sign, so minus minus become plus, and we will get the Laplace transform of k is nothing but k upon s.
So now we prove the Laplace transform of e raised to at. So let f of t is equal to e raised to at. By the definition of Laplace transform, we get integration of 0 to infinity e raised to minus st into e raised to at with respect to dt. By then Laplace of e raised to at, we get integrate of 0 to infinity into e raised to minus st plus at with respect to dt by using the indices rule. Then integration of 0 to infinity, by simplify we get e raised to minus t in bracket s minus a with respect to dt. So after integration we get e raised to minus t in bracket s minus a bracket complete upon minus in bracket s minus a. Then we can put the limit 0 to infinity. After putting the limits in the previous equation, we get minus 1 in upon s minus a in bracket e raised to minus infinity minus e raised to 0. And then when e raised to minus infinity minus e raised to 0, it will get minus 1. After cancel the minus, we get a Laplace transform of e raised to at is equal to 1 upon s minus a. Similarly, if we put a in minus 1, so we get Laplace transform of e raised to minus at is equal to 1 upon s plus a.
Hello, now we are going to see our fourth fundamental functions, which is f of t equals to sin 80. Let's see the proof of sin of 80 by using the definition of Laplace transform. So we have f of t equals to sin 80. Taking Laplace transform on both sides, we get Laplace of f of t, which is equals to Laplace of sin of 80. So after applying the Laplace transform of sin of 80, we get integration varies from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st multiplied by sin of 80 with respect to t. So for solving this integration, we have the formula integration e raised to ax sin bx equals to e raised to ax upon a square plus b square multiplied by a sin bx minus b cos bx. So by using this formula, we will get Laplace of sin 80, which is equals to e raised to minus st upon a square plus a square multiplied by minus s into sin of 80 minus a into cos of 80. Limit varies from 0 to infinity. Now we'll put our limits into the above equation. So after putting limit infinity into equation, we'll get e raised to minus infinity as 0. So the whole term becomes 0, which is 0. So now we'll put lower limit, therefore the minus sign is here. So after putting the lower limit, we'll get e raised to 0 as 1 and a square plus a square are constant. And after putting 0 in this equation, where sin 0 becomes 0 and cos 0 becomes 1. So 1 into a is equals to a and minus sign as it is. So the Laplace transform of sin of 80 is equals to 1 upon a square plus a square. Similarly, our fifth fundamental function is cos of 80. So the Laplace transform of cos of 80 will get s upon a square plus a square. So now we'll see our next fundamental function, which is hyperbolic sin 80. So we have f of t equals to hyperbolic sin 80. Let us take Laplace transform on both sides. We'll get Laplace transform of f of t equals to Laplace transform of hyperbolic sin 80. So by using definition, we'll get integration varies from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st into hyperbolic sin of 80 with respect to t. So we know the formula, which is hyperbolic sin theta equals to e raised to theta minus e raised to minus theta divided by 2. So by using that formula, we'll get integration varies from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st multiplied by e raised to 80 minus e raised to minus 80 upon 2. So now we have taken 1 by 2 as a common and multiplied 1 raised to minus st into the bracket. So after we'll get 1 by 2 integration varies from 0 to infinity e raised to minus t into s minus a by the property of indices minus integration varies from 0 to infinity e raised to minus t s plus a with respect to t. So after solving this integration, we get the integration of e raised to minus t s minus a as e raised to minus t s minus a upon minus s minus a. Limits varies from 0 to infinity minus the integration of e raised to minus t into s plus a is like e raised to minus t into s plus a upon minus s plus a. Limit varies from 0 to infinity. So now we are putting the limits into the above equation. So after putting the upper limit infinity, we'll get 0 minus the lower limit. After putting the lower limit, we'll get e raised to 0 upon minus s minus a minus. And now we'll put upper limit in this equation. So we'll get upper limit. After putting the upper limit as infinity in this equation, we'll get 0 minus. After putting the lower limit, we'll get e raised to 0 upon minus s plus a. So after solving this, we'll get 1 upon s minus a minus 1 upon s plus a. So now we are taking a cross multiplication, which is s plus a minus s minus a upon s minus a into s plus a. So this will become s plus a minus s plus a upon s square minus a square. So after solving this, we'll get 2a upon s square minus a square. So this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. So we'll get a upon s square minus a square. Therefore, our Laplace transform for hyperbolic sine at is equals to a upon a square minus a square. Similarly, for hyperbolic cos at, the Laplace transform of hyperbolic cos at is equals to s upon a square minus a square.
Hello everyone, my roll number is 191. Now we prove the property number 8 of Laplace transform, which is nothing but Laplace transform of t raised to n is equal to n factorial upon s raised to n plus 1. Now we prove it. Let us consider f of t is equal to t raised to 1, where n is equal to 1. By using definition of Laplace transform, integration varies from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st into t with respect to dt. Now we use the Leibniz rule of integration. By means of this, the Leibniz rule says that the first term is kept constant, and the integration of e raised to minus st, which is nothing but e raised to minus st upon minus s, minus the derivative of second term with respect to 2 is nothing but 1, and the second integration of e raised to minus st is equal to e raised to minus st upon s square. Now put the limit of integration we get. Here we first put upper limit infinity in the first term, e raised to minus infinity becomes 0. In the second term we also put infinity, e raised to minus infinity becomes 0. Here is minus sign. Now we put the lower limit in the first term, where t is equal to 0 whole term becomes 0. Minus. Now we put the lower limit into second term, e raised to 0 1, and s is equal to a square. So minus minus plus, here 1 upon a square. So we can also write it as a 1 factorial and s raised to 1 plus 1. So the Laplace transform of t raised to n is equal to n factorial upon s raised to n plus 1. Now we see the ninth property of Laplace transform, which is f of t equals to t raised to n, where n is a rational number. Now applying the Laplace transform on both sides, we get Laplace transform of f of t equals to Laplace transform of t raised to n. Now by using the definition of Laplace transform, integration varies from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t, which is nothing but t raised to n with respect to dt. Now in this equation we put st is equal to x. So x is equal to t is equal to x by s. Differentiate with respect to s, we get dt equals to 1 by s dx. Now putting the value of previous equation in this equation, we will get gamma n plus 1 upon s raised to n plus 1. So the Laplace transform of t raised to n of where n is a rational number is gamma n plus 1 upon s raised to n plus 1.
Hello, my roll number is 192. Now we are going to see the problems on Laplace transform for the fundamental functions. So let's see the first example for the constant is 8 by 7. So we have the formula for Laplace transform for the constant is Laplace of k is equal to k by s. So the Laplace transform for 8 by 7 is nothing but 8 by 7 divided by s, where this 7 multiplies with this s and it becomes 8 by 7s, and it is nothing but the f of s. So let's see the second example, which is e raised to minus 3t. So the solution for it, we have f of t is equal to e raised to minus 3t. So we have the formula for the Laplace transform of e raised to minus 80 is equal to 1 upon s plus a. So as for this formula, we can write Laplace transform of e raised to minus 3t is equal to 1 upon s plus 3, which is nothing but the f of s. So let's see the third example, which is e raised to 40. So the solution for it, we have f of t is equal to e raised to 40. So we have the formula for Laplace transform of e raised to 80 is nothing but 1 upon s minus a. So as per this formula, the Laplace transform for e raised to 40 is nothing but 1 upon s minus 4, and which is nothing but f of s. So let's see the fourth problem, which is nothing but sin 3t. So we can write in this manner, we have f of t is equal to sin 3t. So we have the Laplace form is Laplace sin 80 is equal to a divided by s square plus a square, where a is nothing but 3. So we can write Laplace of sin 3t is equal to 3 by s square plus 9, where 9 becomes the square of 3, which is nothing but f of s. So let's see the fifth problem, which is nothing but cos 4 by 3t. So we can write in this manner, f of t is equal to cos of 4 by 3t. So we have the Laplace formula for it. Laplace of cos a t is equal to s by s square plus a square. So we can write in this manner, Laplace of cos 4 by 3t is equal to s upon s square plus 16 by 9, where 16 by 9 is a square of 4 by 3. So when we simplify this problem, it becomes 9s divided by 9s square plus 16, which is nothing but f of s.
Hello, my roll number is 193. So let's move toward the next example. So the problem is hyperbolic sine of 3t. So first of all, we write what we have. So we have f of t is equals to hyperbolic sine of 3t. So we have Laplace transform of hyperbolic sine of 80 is equals to a upon s square minus a square. So by applying this formula, the solution becomes a Laplace transform of hyperbolic sine of 3t is equals to 3 upon s square minus 3 square. So by simplifying this term, it will become 3 upon s square minus 9, that is the 3 square, which is nothing but f of s. The problem number 7 is hyperbolic cos of 4 by 3t. So the solution is, so we have f of t is equals to hyperbolic cos of 4 by 3t. So the Laplace transform of hyperbolic cos of 8 is equals to s upon s square minus a square. So by applying this formula, it will becomes s upon s square minus 16 by 9. So this will come from the 4 by 3 square. So the solution becomes 9s upon 9s square minus 16, which is nothing but f of s. So the next problem is t raised to 6. So here we have f of t is equals to t raised to 6. And we have the Laplace transform of t raised to n, that is equals to n factorial upon s raised to n. Here the n should be the positive integer. So by applying this formula, the Laplace transform of t raised to 6 is equals to 6 factorial upon s raised to 7, that is the n plus 1, 6 plus 1 is equals to 7. And by simplifying the term, we get 720 upon s raised to 7, that is nothing but the f of s. The next example is t raised to 3 by 2. So we have f of t is equals to t raised to 3 by 2. So for this, Laplace transform of f of t raised to t raised to n is equals to gamma of n plus 1 upon s raised to n plus 1. Here the n is a rational number. So the Laplace transform of t raised to 3 by 2 is equals to gamma of 3 by 2 plus 1 upon s raised to 3 by 2 plus 1. So here by simplifying this term, we get gamma of 3 by 2 plus 1 upon s raised to 5 by 2. So by applying the property of gamma functions, that is nothing but the gamma of n plus 1 is equals to n gamma of n. So here gamma of 3 by 2 upon s raised to 5 by 2. So here we can replace the 3 by 2 by 1 by 2 plus 1. So we get 3 by 2 gamma of 1 by 2 plus 1 upon s raised to 5 by 2. So again we apply the property of gamma functions, that is here is n is nothing but a 1 by 2. So we get 3 by 2 into 1 by 2 gamma of 1 by 2 upon s raised to 5 by 2. So here gamma of 1 by 2 is equals to root pi. So we get Laplace transform of 3 by 2 is equals to 3 by 4 root pi upon s raised to, which is nothing but the f of s. So from this video we learn basic formulas of Laplace transform and we solve basic fundamental examples of Laplace transform. So thank you so much.